Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this Dutch dreary day. It's so gray and gross outside that I thought, why not film a video? And I was rummaging through my drawers and I was like, what haven't I filmed about? Because I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of running out of pens to review. I have a lot of pens, but I've done a lot of videos too. And I'm like, what shall I do next? But what I did next is to film a video about the Pilot Metropolitan, because apparently I haven't done that yet, and if I have done that, I have seriously forgotten. So yeah, I thought I would talk about the Pilot Metropolitan because it's one of the starter pens people always like think about when they start with fountain pens, and I did a tiny comparison with two other pens, the TWSBI Eco and the Lamy Safari. These are like the three starter grails. Basically, people always tend to choose between these three pens. I feel like the Metropolitan has gotten snowed under a little bit, even though I think it has the best nib of the three. So yeah, I thought I would film this video today. I don't really have anything else to say, so let's just go switch a shot and go talk about this pen. All right, so let's go. Okay, so here we are with the Pilot Metropolitan. I grabbed some other pens to show you the difference in sizes, because there are a few starter pens that people always consider when they start using fountain pens, and that is a Lamy Safari, a TWSBI Eco, and then of course the Metropolitan. Now let me grab a blank sheet of paper so I can actually properly put it on the screen. Here we are. Have the three different pens. So the Metro is the smaller of the different pens. That doesn't mean that it's the lightest, because these two are mainly plastics and this one is actually partly made of metal. So it feels a little more hefty than, for example, the Lamy Safari. It is a cigar shape, so it has rounded off ends, while the TWSBI and the Lamy Safari both have flat tops. Okay, the nibs are of course different. All three are different. Pilot makes their own nibs, Lamy makes their own nibs. TWSBI, I don't know if they make their own nibs. I don't think they do. I think they're either well, I think they're Jolo nibs. But Pilot makes their own nibs, and then Lamy does too. Nib sizes, they're not that different. They're all quite small. The Eco looks biggest. And as you can see, the Metro mostly has like a step up near the grip. I'll talk about that a little more later. So yeah, that's a quick comparison. Now, Lamy Safari uses proprietary converters or cartridges. The Eco is a piston filler. The Metropolitan is a cartridge converter like the Lamy. This is a European version, which means it takes standard international. Other countries outside of Europe, it's Pilot proprietary. I don't mind that. The Pilot converters are iffy, but I do love the Pilot cartridges. They're big and you can reuse them. You can refill them after cleaning, and it's just all in all a solid pen. It feels really nice. It's like an anodized aluminum feel. It's very nice. I have a couple of these. I think these are the Retro Pops. They all have different colors and a different band right here. On the cap it says Pilot Japan. The clip is very simple but very usable. It's quite stiff, but you can definitely clip it to a shirt. And the pen just has a really nice feel to it. Of course, the main thing is the writing experience. Now, I am a big fan of Pilot pens, and the cheaper pens are no exception. The nibs on these pens are always smooth and always well tuned. So I'm going to show you that in the writing sample later. What I want to point out is that this pen has quite a slick grip. It's made of plastic, the grip, and then it's a push cap, so it is not a screw cap. And then here there's quite a big step up. So if you hold the pen quite high, it might bother you. It does not bother me. I hold the pen right here, but if you're a high gripper, I would seriously consider trying this out before actually using it, because that might get in your way. Mine is using a converter right now. It's just a random converter. I think it's a Jinhao converter. They're generally standard international and can fit in mine. But as I said, okay, my battery just died, but I believe I was saying that if you're not in Europe or not getting this pen in Europe, you need to use Pilot proprietary cartridges or converters. It's very likely that your pen will come with a converter or a cartridge. Cartridges are almost always included. Okay, let us go for the writing sample, because one of the joys of these pens is definitely the nib. If I have to choose between like all of these three, I would say the nib on the Pilot is the best. Might not be the nicest shape or the most ink capacity or the nicest looking, but I like the Pilot nibs the most. Okay, so it's already inked. Oh, and by the way, you can definitely post this. Makes it a little top heavy and quite long for me. I generally don't post these. They're fine unposted. Okay, Pilot, Metro, Metropolitan. So it looks like it skipped here, but actually I had it uncapped for quite a while just now. So the nib dried out a little bit. This is not a pen that you leave uncapped for super long. Also the ink I have in here is quite saturated. I think it's Bloody Absinthe. I don't think it, I'm quite sure. This is a medium nib, and this medium is quite fine. It is more of a Japanese type medium, and it's smooth and lovely. I love bringing these pens to work because they're so reliable and they're such good writers, and I don't worry about losing them because they're not expensive. So I believe they're about 16 euros here. They might be around $20 in the US or $18. But they're definitely not very expensive. They're similar to the Lamy Safari. The Twisby Eco here is quite a bit more expensive, but this is not that expensive. It looks like you can see my ink sheen, but I'm not sure if that's actually what's going on. It's a lovely writer. And if you are in doubt of which pen to get as your starter pen, keep in mind that the nib on this, I would say, is the most reliable. So if you want to really go for that quality nib feel, you don't care about whether it's a piston filler or a triangular grip, wow, Marley, then go for the Metro, I would say. There's a lot of people who don't like the Safari because it has this triangle grip. It forces you into a certain grip. The Metro does not have that. It's just rounded, which is great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't believe I didn't do a video about this pen before, but apparently I hadn't. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I will try to answer them. I'll see you next time.